The music. All right, let's get started. Hi everyone. Happy pumpkin spice. Happy all the things. We will get into all of that. And Amanda, I'm sure somebody will shout you out too, but I also just have to say happy 30-day breakaway results. I saw all of those transformations in the team page. If you guys haven't been able to go in Transformation Nation yet and look at all of the, and Catherine, yes, and Catherine, yeah, that's right. Wow. I was like, okay. So I was not that Beachbody ever puts anything out where I feel like results are always kind of our mission and our goal with any kind of a program. But that really, really blew me away. And I was like, I'm really excited to learn more about it. So congratulations, girl. And remember, guys, they got to be in that test group because they were success starters. So if you're in the group and, you know, you are grinding. We're going to talk about Success Club tonight. We're going to talk about things like that. When you hit Success Club, any 3 out of the first 6 months of being a coach, that's from the date that you enroll. So like maybe you've been enrolled for a couple months, then you started coaching, you still have that 3 months within those 6 months, hit Success Club, you get to be in a test group. And I'm pretty sure the next one will be for Autumn's program that is coming in January. And that will be an epic test group to be a part of. Not to mention Autumn, it's like kind of crazy and kind of epic. So you definitely want to be able to work with her if you ever get the chance to. That's a trainer, that's a household name. Okay, so like getting to work with her would be such an honor. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen ski here. Welcome to September. Let's dive into some recognition. Let me see if I can okay, yeah, I can still see some of you. Can you guys still see me and everything? We're good? Cool. All right, let's do some shout outs. Let's roll it.
All right, I'll go, even though you stole my first one, Mac. Amanda, I'm so proud of you, not just for that, you know, like the transformation, amazing, but mainly because like, y'all, it was hard for her. She went into it not liking running, but had such a positive attitude, like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to push through. Ended up loving it, is about to do it twice, but also like pushed through an ankle injury. So, you know, sharing and learning how to share and figuring out how to stay positive through that injury, I think was a really big growth moment for her. So, Amanda, I'm super proud of how you handled yourself and just how you shared it all. It was really awesome to me. So great job. Meg, she can't be on tonight. She had like a last minute date night thing, but Meg is going to be Emerald tomorrow. So Meg, when you watch the recording, I'm so proud of you. You worked really hard for this. And I know it's just.
Uh-oh, Maggie, you cut out. I'm going to cut in really fast. Congrats, Meg. Way to go, Meg.
Emerald. Yay! Did you lose me again?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Story of my freaking life. My coaches are killing it. Way to go, team. The end.
No, it's all good. I want to shout out Autumn because she's got 4 discount coaches. She's soon to have 5. She's working on getting her first working coach. She's already on the Success Club board this month. She is truly a story, you guys, of a new coach really just pushing it through adversity, you know, getting the no's and deciding to keep moving forward, like struggling with this, but asking for help and pushing forward. And now she's like building this beautiful momentum. And that's some of the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. But like, congratulations, girl. I'm so proud of you. It's so cool when you start to feel that energy and that momentum start to work in your favor. Just don't give up before it does. Okay. But awesome job. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go real quick so I can finish my workout. I want to shout out Emily. She's on this call. She locked in month 1 success starter in her first full month of coaching. So congrats, girl. Can't wait to see where everything goes for you. And just want to shout out everyone for team month too, or team cup month. I just thought that was like a really cool month to switch up like the teams that we were with. I got to get to know some girls closer and hear from them on how they're doing things for their business. So overall, I just thought that was an awesome experience.
I agree. I love that.
I'll go. Oh, can I go?
Go, girl.
So I just want to shout out one of my newer coaches, Megan, who is on the call tonight. She was actually on the call last weekend, but we missed shout out. So shout out to her. She is here for the second week in a row, so I'm super proud of her for that. She's pushing towards Success Club this month, so I'm proud of that. And I just want to give a shout out to all the parents who are sending their kids back to school soon. If you're a teacher, if you're a parent, I know this is like a crazy time. I'm experiencing it too. So I just want to let you know that we're like, I'm pulling for you. I'm here with you. I'm praying for you. And I just hope that it goes well for everyone.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Crazy.
All right, I'll go. First off, I want to shout out any of the.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Somebody's not muted. Where are you? I'm going to find you. Thank you, Ashley. I wanted to shout out all the teachers. I know you guys are going back to school right now, and that's super duper hard. We have a lot of teachers on our team, so I'm just really proud of y'all for sticking to your journey and continuing to show up and share. Like, this too shall pass. You'll get in your groove, and we're super proud of you. Also, friggin' Allie Workman, I've shouted her out a lot, but like, this girl's just on friggin' fire, and she's kept me on my game. I think y'all don't realize sometimes that y'all keep us as leaders on our own game. And I just appreciate you so much. I know Diamond's going to be yours in no time. Also, Audrey and Kimberly, you guys pushed hard to hit Success Club last month. Super proud of you. Noelle, Jessica, and Jill, my Team Cup team, super proud of y'all for not giving up. Who am I forgetting? There was one other. Team Glow Diggers, I'm just super proud of you because we had a bomb August, and I can't wait to top it this month.
Can I go? I just wanted to shout out my new coach, Renee. It's her first team call, so welcome to the team.
I was muted. Hello, Renee. Welcome all new coaches and anybody who watches this back. Anybody else? That was awesome. I just keep seeing Jess Gill like powering through a workout, and it's just killing me. All right, guys, let's move into the call. So we like to start the first of the month just kind of with a little bit of an overview for you guys, like what's going on, what to look forward to, what to know about, different things like that. And this is going to be posted at the top of the Transformation Nation team page. But I also just want to remind you, in your coach office, there's a coach breaking news section. Team Beachbody Coach 411 page is important to follow. Beachbody Champions on Facebook is an important page to be a part of. There's so many different ways that you guys can stay in the know, and that's just something that you have to be making a habit as a business owner. Whether you are a brand new coach or you've been here for 5 years, that's always something that we have to make a priority. So I'm just going to kind of run through all of this stuff really quickly. The National Wake Up Call, don't forget, every Monday morning, 8 Pacific time, 11 Eastern time. And then if you're not able to catch those live, it's great to catch those back on the podcast because it's just easier to play a podcast usually than like a Facebook Live replay. So know that you can catch those there. And if you're a new coach, that's a great place to go get some business PD. I'm all for, the fluffy, make you feel good, build your confidence, get your motivation in every day. But at some point, you have to start diving into personal development that's like business centered. And that's truly what the Team Beachbody podcast is all about, because it's Beachbody coaches giving you their best business tips. So I really recommend like going through those if you haven't ever, and catching back up and looking at maybe some things that you've missed or you should re-listen to. The meditation and relaxation channel is coming September 21st. Elise already has a couple of the I Am meditations out. They're like 4 minutes long. I've done one every day this week, and I'm actually just really loving them. They're great. They're 4 minutes. It's actually a really good intro if you've like never followed along with like a guided meditation or something like that. This is a really good place for you to start to kind of like get a feel for it. I know I'm going to try to like incorporate this to my challenge group this month somehow. So that's something to be thinking about because it's just going to go right on to BOD. On September 9th, the BOD challenge pack will now include, yay, the 2B mindset, UPF containers, and tracker. This is a game changer. So they're finally putting all the materials in the basic pack for us. So much value, so good. Something to just note, September 9th, that picture right there, that visual, that is what that will look like. That's everything that they're going to get. And then remember, $20 off MBF packs, and Transformation Tuesdays will now be featured on Access Hollywood. That is so cool. So Beachbody's really putting a lot into putting us out there more. So one thing that I really just want to make sure you guys are doing is not walking around like a Beachbody billboard, but also not being afraid to bring up in your conversation, have you heard of Beachbody? You know, what's your experience with Beachbody? Have you ever heard of P90X or Insanity? Because a lot of times people haven't heard of that, but they've heard of like 21 Day Fix or Insanity or P90X or something like that. So just keep in mind, like, it's not something that you don't have to blast Beachbody's logo all over your Instagram, but at the same time, you know, you're building your own individual brand, but we're also partnered with the top fitness company in I think the world. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. We're definitely at the top, and we're taking over the world. We're in France now, we're in the United Kingdom, we're in Canada, then we're in the United States. So bring it up, walk tall with that, and just get to know what their experience is with Beachbody, or if they've heard of it, but you know, whatever that is. Because then you're also going to know how to navigate the conversation. If they've heard of it, you'll know kind of their experience. If they've never heard of it, you'll know how to really talk about it in that case as well. So pumpkin spice Shakeology happened today. So far we're not sold out, but that could very easily change like by the time we get off this call, who knows? So I really recommend you guys, I posted an email today in the team page. If you didn't see that, you can go back and grab that. You can send that to all of your discount coaches, especially discount coaches who are inactive. So these little pop-up sales or pop-up launches and pop-up flavors and different like products that we put out all throughout the year, it is for, you know, obviously we're a business and we throw new products out there, but also guys, this is going to help you solidify ranks. This is going to help you grow in your business. This is going to help you reconnect with people in your downline. So let them know, hey, you have this 25% off. You know, why don't you grab this? It's not on HD. If pumpkin spice is something that you're into, you might as well take advantage because you're going to save the 25% off, and that's why you have this membership anyway. Right? So really take advantage of that and really keep just getting this out there to your people. There's a couple people that I just invited to try pumpkin spice Shakeology only because I've talked to them a couple different times about supplements, and this is a great way for people to just get their foot in the door. So like if maybe they don't want a full challenge pack, or maybe they're a little like weary of Shakeology, a 14 pack box is basically a sampler, right? So I would definitely like go and invite people because they try Shakeology, they try pumpkin spice right now, they fall in love with it. 20 days from now, they could just as easily be signing up with Bob and Shakeology challenge pack. Like you truly just never know how that's, sign them up with a pumpkin spice and a 2-week trial, right? Like think about how you could just get their foot in the door with this launch. We always have our Wednesday night team call at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's never going to change. So it's important to stay connected in the team, guys. I'm pretty sure all of us would say this. I know I will tell you that I've been here 5 years, and it's very important to bring your face to this meeting every single week because it's very easy to start to go like this. Oh, I'm just gonna slide over here and not be as like involved. And then when I don't do this and I don't make this happen, it's just, I'm just gonna go. Be at these calls, guys, because I don't know if you guys missed last week and the week before, we had some great calls about teamwork and holding each other to a higher standard and accountability and expectations of one another. And so be here with your team because we want to see your face, we want to recognize you, and you need to be putting yourself in that position to continue to grow. Thursdays are always going to be your payday and your rank advancement day. So anything that you do Thursday to Thursday, you'll see that on your paycheck. You'll see that reflected in your coach office. One thing that I just put in the team page last week is a lot of times, and I'll talk about this more as I go into the call, 30 days is like way too long, really, to hit Success Club. If you're giving yourself 30 days to help 3 people, you're probably like, it's actually making it harder than it really is. So one thing that you could do to create more urgency in your business to make sure you're consistently showing up and consistently helping people is always have a paycheck. Always help someone. Like I don't think in terms of month to month. I think in terms of Thursdays to Thursdays, because those are my paydays. So I want to get paid, right? So I'm thinking in terms of a Thursday to Thursday mindset. And if you start to do that, and you whether it's a challenge pack or it's an energize, like who cares? Make it your goal to never have a $0 paycheck, and you watch your business start to really, really grow. It could even be a $14 cycle. I bet you start to pay attention to your volume more. I bet you start to pay attention to all kinds of things more. Think in terms of Thursdays to Thursdays. Autumn's book is going to be available on Wednesday the 9th. So if you guys haven't got to look at that yet, she's coming out with a new book. Alana came out with one not too long ago. Again, this is a great thing for our challengers to have, for you to have. This is great personal development. This would be a really cool thing to do as like gifts for your challengers, something to really put out there to your challengers and even talk about on your social media, because someone might know Autumn and not realize that you work with Autumn, right? Or that you are partnered with Autumn in Beachbody. 30-day breakaway sample workout will be on BOD on September 14th. So keep that in mind, guys. Mark your calendar for that so that you can start inviting people. So like when I know there's a program, like a new program coming out, I'm going to maybe start to do some fun polls like in my stories. Where are my runners at? Right? I don't need to say, coming out with a new running program. I'm just going to be like, where are my runners at? Or who loves to run? I'm trying to get into it. Like maybe just start to like feel out your crowd a little bit. And then maybe if there are people that stick out to you in your challenge groups, like previous challengers who are like, I don't really want to do these workouts, I'd rather run. Or people that you know that love to run. A lot of people love to run. People that don't love to run and might want to do this with you, right? If you're in that position, start to get a list of people and names written down and start letting them know, hey, I'm going to get this sample workout on September 14th. Would you want me to shoot that over to you when it launches? I'll have it immediately. I can throw it to you in an email and you can check it out. Sorry, the chat is like blowing up, so I'm not seeing what's going on there. Unstress and meditation, that will launch on the 21st. I think that's pretty much everything. This is like, just to look ahead a little bit, October 7th will be the start of the 4th quarter. So just keep that in mind too, as you're setting your September goals. As your team is working to Star Diamond Rank Advance, as you are working to Star Diamond Rank Advance, October 7th will be the first day of the 4th quarter. So that is when a 6-week qualification can start, and it'll expand those 6 weeks. You'll fall into that 4th quarter bonus period for the bonuses payout and rank advancements and premier and elite and all those incredible things. Anybody else want to add anything? Did I miss anything? Anybody? All right. I'm going to go. Okay. All right, guys. So this topic, some of these things we talked about a little. This, giving yourself 30 days to hit a successful goal of 3 people is way too long. And I have sat where some of you probably sat last month or have sat before, and I've been in this position where I am messaging people like a mad woman on the last day of the month, 2 days before the month ends. And it's always because I kept saying, well, I have 2 weeks left, or I have 3 weeks left in the month, or I'd say on the first day of the month, oh, I have 4 weeks, or I have 30 days to hit my goal. And how many of you guys have like caught yourselves doing that before? Or maybe you're just like, it's just something that kind of you lost touch from, or you are so busy and your life is so crazy that you look up and you're like, how is it already the 10th? And you're success of 0, like, well, I feel like a failure now. And then you get in your head and then you start to doubt yourself and all these things start to kind of crumble down, right? But I really wanted us to focus on this one overarching topic right now. If not now, when? Because when I was like reflecting on myself, I was reflecting on my own business, I was reflecting on my life, I was reflecting on this year, and I started to think about it, and I'm like, okay, if not now, then literally when life gets easier, when COVID slows down, okay, when's that going to be? When my home life goes back to normal and feels a little bit more stable and things change a little bit, no, and you know what, like, I know we're all fighting our own battles, and everybody's heart is going to be different than somebody else's heart. And this is not a like, my heart is harder than, like, you're wasting your time telling yourself that kind of thing. Everyone is going through something right now. I can tell you that 1,050 gajillion %. So we need to kind of rally together as a team and ask ourselves, if not now, when? Because it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any, less stressful unless we put ourselves in the driver's seat and we take control. Because I don't want you guys to wake up and wish you had blank. I want you to start to think about that. When are you going to wake up and you're going to be like, I wish I had done blank, or I wish I had worked on blank, or I wish I hadn't doubted myself, or I wish I had messaged that girl, or I wish I had, done that PD that day, or I wish I had fought harder for that rank advancement. I wish I had fought harder for, that teammate or that team member or myself and my family. Like, what is it going to be for you? Because I don't want anybody on this team to wake up in 3 months or in 6 months or even in a year and go, I wish I had fill in the blank. I just got a post on my memories from 2018. And in 2018, my grandpa's became very, very ill in the fall of 2018. And he'd always been ill, but he got really, really ill. And I wrote this post and I was like, I'm so thankful right now. Back in 2018, when I was writing that post, I said, I'm so thankful that 3 years ago, I started taking action so that I'd be where I am right now in 2018. And then as I look at 2020 right now, how many of you, whether you've been here for a month or you've been here for 5 years, how many of you can at least say, I'm so glad I said yes to this business? I'm so glad I started when I started. I'm so glad I've done the things that I've done. I'm so glad I'm in the position that I'm in right now. But I feel like we all still have a ways to go. My grandpa got really sick. 3 months later, without any warning, without realizing it all, his health plummeted. And I was the only person in my family that could be there for him all day, every day, caring for him for 2 weeks straight. Because I started a Beachbody business 3 years prior. I had no idea that was going to be in my future. I had no idea. But what life is waiting for you that you need to show up for right now? You might not even know what's going to be there in 3 years. You might not even know what that life is. I mean, you got to have the vision, sister. You got to have the thing that you want to show up for and you want to fight for. But please don't wake up 3 months from now, 4 months from now, when 2020 ends and go, I wish I had blank. I wish I'd done it. I wish I'd worked for it. I wish I'd stopped thinking those thoughts. I wish I'd stopped, making excuses. Okay. So understand that fast is fun and slow sucks. And when I say that, I mean that when you are 1 foot in and 1 foot out, kind of trying to decide if you want to be committed to this, not really sure, kind of sometimes committed. And then when it gets really hard, you're like, this is just really hard. I'm going to go back to this. You got to decide that you're both feet in, because then it gets fun. I swear to you, everyone will tell you, like, it's so much more fun to just be in it. It's so much more fun to just be committed to this business, not even think twice about whether or not you're going to get your power hour in that day, whether or not you're going to invite that day, whether or not you're going to hit diamond or not. Like, make the decision. Natalie talked about this, about like committing to your fitness. It is literally harder on you to decide whether or not you're going to commit 100% to your nutrition and your fitness than it actually is to be 100% committed to your fitness and your nutrition. Would you guys not agree with that? Like, when you're like up here and you're like trying to decide how committed you want to be and like how disciplined you want to be, that's actually harder than actually just being disciplined and being committed. So let's all do ourselves a favor and just choose to be both feet in. All right. We mentioned this, I think, on a couple other calls ago, doing a Success Club push pot. I am leaving this up to you guys based on what the chat reaction is tonight. But basically what that means is we're all going to put some money on it. We're all going to put some money on ourselves. We're going to go in on the pot. We're going to put money in on the pot. We're going to all hit Success Club. When you hit Success Club, you get a piece of the pot. We're going to do it as a team. You come into the pot, you put your money in, we work hard, we hit Success Club, you win a piece of that pot. Yes, I'm seeing yes, let's do this, because guess what? Sometimes we need a little extra push. Am I right? We need a little healthy competition. We need a little team effort like this. Like, this is something that we'll all be a part of. We're all going to put our money in, and then, you know, we're all going to be working to hit Success Club. So let's do it. Yes. All right. I love it. Yes. Maggie said, bet on you. That is the number one thing you have to get used to doing, because you're a business owner now, and you have to bet on yourself to make it happen. And you have to start to understand what kind of belief that takes and what kind of work that takes. So we're going to get into that. All right. All right. I love this. Love this chat. All right. Right now, though, I want you guys to ask yourself, and I want you to be willing to ask yourself, okay, what is missing? All right. If I was who I needed to be, the leader that I needed to be, the person that I needed to be, and doing the things that I needed to be doing, I'd already be a 5-star elite coach. So you are not whatever it is that you are dreaming to be yet, because why? What is missing? For the life of me, if anybody on this team keeps going and things aren't working and they don't do anything to shift it and change it, you are going to make yourself absolutely bonkers. You're going to make yourself bonkers. This business is going to suck. You're not going to see the success that you desire, all because you're going along doing things and you're not willing to evaluate what is not working, what is missing that I need to have to get to where I want to go, and then work on that. I think too often we're like, I sent my invites today. Oh, nobody said yes. Oh, dang. But have you ever gone, wait, but why is no one responding to my invites? But wait, why is no one engaging with me on social media? But wait, why is no one, you know, following me as their leader? Have you ever stopped and asked yourself what's missing right there and evaluated yourself and your business? And that's not to get down on you. That's not for you to be like having a sob moment in your room. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Like, we've all had to have these conversations with ourselves, and we would have them in all other areas of our lives. Like, if something was going wrong at your job, would you not have to evaluate how to make it go right? If something was going wrong in your family, would you not take a step back and go, what's missing here for my kid to be acting this way, or my kid to be feeling this way, or this to be going on in my kid's life? What do I need to evaluate? Would you not like take a step back, evaluate, and want to course correct? So why aren't we doing that in our businesses all day, every day? And that's not to say, like, guys, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, don't try to fix it. Okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, you cannot keep going like just through the motions, wondering why you're not hitting diamond or, you know, not hitting any goals at all. And then just kind of like basically letting your doubt blame other things. Does that make sense? Be willing to ask for the help that you need. Be willing to say, okay, this isn't working. Can you tell me why? This is not working. Can you get on the call with your coach and be like, what do you notice about my performance? What do you notice about my mindset? What do you like? Be willing to just go to your coach or go to a leader on this team and say, can you please tell me where you think I need to improve? Like, how humbling would that be? And how like much would all of us just benefit if we all went, Maggie, I'm gonna ask you that when we get off the call. How much would we all benefit and just go, where do you think I need to improve? And are you willing to ask that question? Like, are you willing to accept the answer? Because that's part of leading yourself. That's part of being a CEO, is understand what's missing, where do I need to course correct, and how am I going to course correct there? Okay. So ask yourself that question. Don't keep going through the motions thinking that something that you've been doing for the last 30 days that didn't get you to where you wanted to go is going to help you in these 30 days. And that could be like time management. That could be all kinds of different things. That could be mindset. That could be time management. That could be your energy levels. That could be a lot of different things. And guys, I know there are so many different factors in all of our lives right now, throwing us curveballs 500 different times a day. But that's why you have your coach. That's why you have your team. That's why you have this page that you can come into and say, guys, this is what I'm going through, and I need help to walk through it. I need help to lead through it. I like whatever it is, we want to be there for you. But if you put yourself on an island, we can't be there for you. We don't know what you're going through, and we're not going to be able to help you figure out what's missing, evaluate, course correct, move forward, and achieve all of your dreams. Okay. All right. So I want to go over a couple of tips for you guys because these are important and these might help some of you course correct before we get into kind of like the tasks, the to-dos, some of that stuff you guys saw last month, but now we're all in a Success Club push pot. We're throwing money in on it. We're sweetening the pot and I love it. All right. So number one, this is really important, guys. Focus more on the person you're trying to help and highlighting their problem and less on the product. I think sometimes, myself included, I catch myself in this. I get really excited. I'm like, oh my God, BF, oh my God. Or like something's coming out. I'm freaking out about it. I'm excited about it. And I catch myself only talking about the product. Or I catch myself only talking about the program instead of continuing to talk to I'm not trying to say niche, but like the person you're trying to reach. I can't put the word on what that's actually called, but your core market or whatever you want to say, the person that you relate to, instead of me continuing to think about who I'm trying to reach and speaking to that person, I just start speaking product. I just start speaking program. And I forget avatar target market. Thanks, guys. I forget that, like, no matter how incredible MBF is, no matter how many superfoods and how many vitamins and how good Shakeology is and why it's one of the top supplements in the market and it's like tested a gajillion times before it comes to our door, and no matter how cool Megan is or how cool Autumn is, people have to connect. They have to connect emotionally to what you're sharing. And sometimes we catch people at a good time and they see that before and after that we throw up from the test group and they're like, okay, I think I need it. But we're selling ourselves short by not making people problem aware, meaning we're not speaking out about the problem that they might be needing fixed. Does that make sense? So don't focus too much on the product and on the program and start thinking about how am I going to make that avatar, how am I going to make my target market aware of the problem that they have right now and show them through this program, through this product, how I'm going to help them with the solution. Do you guys see the difference? Than just constantly, only sharing, even like if we just get excited about our boot camps, right? And we're just like, boot camp on our story, but we're forgetting to be like, talking to the mom who needs this right now because she's going freaking crazy in her house because she has no one to talk to and no other outside connection, and she's homeschooling her kids and she's about to go crazy, right? Or talking about the girl who went back to work and she's super, super busy and she needs these 30-minute workouts. She needs this time for her sanity. She needs that challenge group that's positive because every single thing that she's doing at work is freaking negative, right? Those are how you make people problem aware. And another thing to remember too is most people are walking around and they're completely clueless that there's like any other option for them. They're completely clueless. They have no idea that there's this other route that they could take. Like we forget because we live in this like Beachbody bubble, right? We're surrounded by this positivity. We're surrounded by community. We're surrounded by sustainable, convenient, awesome solutions for our health. We have energy. We feel good in our skin. Like we feel secure. A lot of people like are walking around in their day-to-day life and they literally have no idea that like where they're at could be like up here. They have no clue. They're like, I'm fine. I'm good. Like my life's fine. And there's some people that are like way down here and they really, really need us. And there's some that are like right here and they might just need a little woke. So remember that you kind of like, you've got to shine light on the problem just as much as you're honestly more than you're shining light on the product. Try to limit I statements and combos. So when you're going to your invites, try to like scan that invite that you're about to send. And is it like, I really want you to join me. I'm really excited. I am hosting a new boot camp. I this, I that. Yes, you can obviously say I because you need to like say I am doing this or whatever, but try to limit that and make it more about them. So like, you could really benefit from this because of XYZ. You might really love this. I'd love to have you. Is this something you would like some more information on? And then in your post, obviously you want to use I because you're telling your story. And one thing that I really want you guys to be careful of and read these over and send your post to people and just make sure you're not shoulding people. Okay. I don't know if you guys have noticed this lately, but people don't want to be wrong and feel like they're wrong, especially on social media. So if you're out there like, you should be doing this so that you feel so much better. You should be doing my business so that you have all of these things and this and that. I'm not saying anybody's doing that, but do you guys like see the difference? And it's I've done it. I've gone back and read some of my posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was totally preaching at them. I was preaching. I was like, you should this, you need to do this. You would feel so much better if this, like, there's a difference between just telling your story and then also kind of at the end of that, like giving them that little piece of like, girl, you got, like giving them that where you're putting it back on them a little bit. And then your whole post being like at them. You guys see the difference? So try to be careful that you're not preaching at people and shoulding all over people all the time on your stories and in your posts and different things like that. Ask some really good questions that are going to bring up a response where you pretty much are like going to know exactly how to handle the conversation. So things like, how much are you willing to spend to hit your goals that you have? So if somebody comes to you, because I know we talk about this a lot, where people will be like, well, how much? And that's like the first question they ask, right? If you invite them to your boot camp, they're like, well, how much? So start going, well, how much are you willing to spend to hit the goals that you have? And it's interesting because I feel like that question really makes people take a step back. And number one, they start to think about their goals. And number two, they're like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, how much would I spend for the goals that I have? And if they come to you and they're like $10, then you can be like, okay, well, let's talk about your goals. Okay. Like if their goal is to get outside more, then yeah, they could probably go on a run for free, right? Like they probably don't need a challenge pack. But if their goals are to like have more energy, gain more confidence, lose 30 pounds, gain a community of inspiration, learn how to eat, like, and a lot of times all those goals are going to be like underneath a lot of insecurities that that you want them to start feeling comfortable telling you about. But if they say $10 and then they tell you all of that, you can confidently come back at them and go, okay, like, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I have to ask you, like, do you feel like there's something out there that's $10 that's going to get you to everything that you need to get you exactly where you want to be? And I guarantee you they're going to be like, yeah, no. Right? And that's not you like twisting. It's just, that's the reality. And that's like what we have to help them understand is like, what we have is honestly so valuable, so affordable. And if somebody only wants to spend $10 anyway, guys, there's a high risk that they're probably not very committed anyway. And they're really not going to be in it. Like people have to want this. They have to be in it for this to work. So we want them to pay that $160. There's no shame in that. And Carl's even said that. He's like, listen, you need to invest. Like investing in your health is a smart decision. That's something we should all want to be doing, right? Because we value our bodies and our health in our lives. Because a lot of times too, people will also put a number based on their beliefs. So they'll say $10 because they definitely don't think they're going to commit to anything and it's going to be a waste of money. Yeah, Amanda, great point. Or they don't believe in what you're sharing. So they're just going to share some like crazy low number. So keep that in mind that you have to help them build a belief in the conversation. And then why now? So I love asking this question and I really want to make sure you guys don't let them be vague. So dig in. If they're like, I just really want to be happy, then you say, okay, well, what does happy feel like to you? Can you be more specific about what that looks like? What's it costing you right now to not take action on that then, right? That's how you bring it back to the cost. But these are also questions, you guys, that you can ask about coaching too. So these are questions that you can kind of like also use when it comes to talking about the coach opportunity as well. You know, ask them about their current situation, ask them about their goals. Like I just was talking to a girl the other day and we just kind of started to get into, you know, how 2020 has like really made me like think about vision and life and like what's really important and what really matters and like really wake me up. I mean, I felt like I was woke, but I feel really woke. And I was like, what about you? You know, I just started talking about like my experience with this year and like with my business and how I'm, you know, I have this like insane vision. And then I just asked her, like, what about you? Like, what's your vision? What's your dream? And she was like, oh, like, I don't know. But she kind of did know. Like, she started breaking it down. She's like, I'd love to have my own cake business. And like, here she has like all these dreams, like just sitting inside of her where no one's probably ever asked her that question. So think about that. Don't necessarily go right into thinking that you need to be like, do you want to coach? But start to ask them questions to where they would start to see how coaching is a vehicle to get them to where they really want to go. And that's, again, that is just learning to not shine a light so much on becoming a coach, which coaching, that would be like the product, right? Coaching would be the product. What you're trying to shine a light on is the problem. You're trying to help them become aware of the problem so that you can showcase how coaching is the solution. It's like that in conversations. It's like that in posts. It's like that in everything. And I said sales up here. For any of you in here that are like, oh my God, sales. Guys, you're in sales. Okay. You're in every single business is sales. They sold me this iPhone. They sold me these metal straws. All right. TJ Maxx sells me things far too often. And there's nobody feels bad at TJ Maxx when I'm checking out at the register. You're selling your spouse daily. That's hilarious. Grocery stores are selling you food. Like, we've got to get over this icky. Yeah, don't be like the people that you don't want to be like on social media. We all know who they are. You see it, you hate it. Just don't act like that. And then you have nothing to be ashamed of and freaked out about. You should have total pride in what you're doing, because it's not like we're selling something that's not going to change somebody's life. Natalie said that in her live the other day. Like, you've got to dig to that piece of you that's like, I am so thankful for so many reasons that this came into my life, and I'm going to go share this like that. And then, yeah, you're making a sale, but it doesn't feel like sales. Okay. All right. So let's go into the push. I said at the beginning of this, guys, we're going to do what you could do in 30 days in the next week. We talked about this a little bit last month, but I really feel like the energy on this is going to be even better. And I just grabbed Amanda's transformation. I grabbed mine from the other night. I just wanted to show you guys a couple. I know, insane. I wanted to show you guys a couple of like just examples. Amanda's was amazing. She's talking to her mom market. She's like really being specific in the story that she's telling. I am doing the same by being specific and focusing on that. Like, my message and my story is focused exactly right there, in this being so much more than weight and size. And that was like a real part of my story, was that I literally quit my health and fitness journey like 50 different times because I didn't see the scale move and I didn't see the inches fall. And every single client that I work with struggles in that. And I get to pull them out of that. So I am passionate coaching them because I'm passionate about the women that I'm attracting. That's why it's so important to tell your story. That's why it's so important to speak directly to your own problems. Speak directly to your own people. Speak directly to like what you're passionate about helping people overcome. Like, maybe it isn't even something that you've overcome yourself. You're just like, that's my expertise. Like, I know this. This is what I love. This is what I'm passionate about. Go be passionate about it. If you got to set yourself apart a little bit, go set yourself apart. Like, whatever it is, like, you got to figure out what you feel passionate about. And I was just telling Maggie, like, because I wrote this post, something else came to mind for my next transformation post, where I used to not want to smile very big in pictures because I didn't like that my cheeks would get bigger, which is like, I've never told anybody that but Maggie. But that is like, it makes me sweat to say, but that is something I am willing to say to people on social media publicly, because that is something that I know somebody else out there has probably thought or has gone through or maybe can relate to. And that is who I want to attract. I want to help people overcome the kind of things that I've overcome. And Amanda, you did. And yeah, Danielle's so right. Those little things are exactly the things that speak to people. It's not, and Amanda did it really well here with like the specifics of what she said and the way she told the story, and those like really specific things that you might be like, nah, that doesn't really like matter. Those are the things that people connect to. So your transformation post. If you guys are not familiar about how this goes, we're going to have a master post at the top of the page. We're all going to post our transformation post when we put it up. You guys can do it today. You can do it tomorrow. You can do it next Tuesday. Like, just get it up before the next call. Like, do the things that I'm going to show you in this push span before next Wednesday, because we want to create that momentum, and that's the whole point of this. We're doing the work that we could do in a month in 7 days, so that we build that momentum and we crush our freaking goals. So you might be new. You might be like, dude, yeah, I'm under construction. That's great. I'm so glad, because people can go on the journey with you. I don't know if you guys know who Emily Favre is, but her entire business blew up because she committed to a program. She shared her results every single Sunday. Every single Sunday. Sure, you can say it's because she was in a test group. Well, guess what? Nobody outside of the Beachbody walls really knows when a program's launching and when test groups are. Like, you could throw a test group for a program that you're passionate about starting Monday. Like, you can tell people, I am testing this program. If you've never committed to something, 1000%, at any time, you can say, I am testing this out. I am in a test group with myself. And you can test that program out to a T and showcase that every single week. No, it's not overkill, because there's about 5 million things going on social media right now. People want your consistency, because that's what started to happen. People started to wait on her Sunday transformation photo. So if you're under construction right now, you're in a great spot. Put yourself in a position where you're going to be pushed in a program. You're going to be pushed in your life, and I promise you it's going to pay off. Before Beachbody to now, that's a classic, and that's a great one to use. Telling those little stories about where you were before and where you are now. You can always use the team stories. Like, there's nothing wrong with like coming to Amanda and being like, Amanda, like, I really loved your post, and I would love to feature you on my page. Like, start doing a team feature like once a week, where you take a story of someone's and you put it on your page. People will see, just because it's not you, they're still going to see that the people that are in your circle are amazing, because we're all amazing. Then this is where we're going to start our follow-ups. So anyone and everyone you've ever talked to, you're going to create your follow-up list. That's your first task. And the reason we start the month with follow-ups is because we already have a relationship with these people. So these are people that were like kind of on the fence last month. Like, maybe, you guys, and you invited them last month, invite them again. You can invite someone more than once, even if they stop responding. Danielle did a great video on that. I just had a girl come to me yesterday ready to sign up, and I looked back through our conversation. I invited her multiple times, and she ignored me, right? But she came to me when she blatantly ignored me. But she came to me when she was ready, because I kept letting her know I had something here for her. And yeah, it was going to happen on her time, and I wasn't sitting around stressed about it. Like, I wasn't sitting around stressed about this girl not responding to me. I just kept going. I kept hitting my goals. I knew she was going to come back, and she did. So that's really important, you guys. Like, I just had a conversation with one of my coaches about that the other day. If you dwell on someone not responding, if you think that you need those 5 people that you invite tomorrow to be your 5 people for Success Club 10, you're not talking to enough people. That's why we're helping you up your numbers, so that you don't feel like the 3 really good conversations you have going right now are going to be the 3 people that sign up with you this month, and then they don't. And then on the last day of the month, you're scrounging and you're freaking out, because that's not fun. Like, the business is not fun like that. I'm telling you guys, like, I used to do it. Like, I was in that position. I never missed Success Club, but I wasn't running the business with the same kind of confidence and the same kind of work ethic, where I just was doing it and I knew it was going to work out. Like, I knew it was inevitable. I knew I was going to talk to enough people to where there was absolutely no chance that I wasn't going to hit my goal. And then I also knew that, you know what, every single person that ghosts me and every single person that tells me no, they're going to sign up with me eventually. So you're not losing at all. All right. Next, we're doing 100 invites. So you're going to make your list. And this is all stuff. You're going to take your list. You're going to make your list. You're going to post it in the thread. One thing that I do really quickly want to point out, though, is, like, don't just say, oh, I'm going to go invite these people because this is part of my goal or this is part of my to-do. feel the conversation out. Don't spam people, but know that you want to come back to that person and invite them. They're on your invite list for a reason. But if you need to maybe connect with them a little bit, like this is getting names from your social media, from your followers list, from people that have liked your posts, from high school, from your contact list, from your Facebook list. And if you've never talked to them and you've never connected with them before, I definitely recommend connecting first. Respond to one of their stories, like a couple of their pictures, comment and love on them a little bit. But if they're standing out to you enough to where you're like, I want to invite them because they've watched your stories or they're on your page, they're following you, or you just think they're awesome, connect with them first, then invite them, but still put them on your invite list. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Categorize who you're going to be talking to. So this is a great way to just kind of help you guys like speed this up. If you're going to be talking to like, busy moms, kind of have like a little bit of an idea of like what that invite's going to feel like. If you're going to be talking to people that actually, work out at the gym, but you want to provide them with these fitness plans or these nutrition programs, get an idea of what that's going to feel like. And then you don't have to necessarily like write out a new invite every time. And I don't recommend just copy paste. People will recognize that, but you can at least get a little bit of a feel for what that vibe of that invite is going to be like for that kind of like group and category of people. Use your third-party tools. So I'm going to kind of share in the team page after this that I did take Kelsey's things from last week. I made a Canva that is editable for you to plug all of your stuff in and use it. I've just basically been inviting people and saying, do you want to learn more? I want to make this really easy for you. I can send you a way to learn more all about my boot camps or all about what I do as a coach. And then basically what I'm doing is sending them that, and then by their name, I'm writing, they have the PDF, because then I'm going to go follow back up with them, because then sometimes it's like, it's like hard to like follow back up when that invite or when that conversation like, or they don't respond, right? Because like people are busy. And I'm realizing too that I don't want to be on Instagram going back and forth having a bajillion questions and a bajillion conversations. So this is just a great way to use a third-party tool to get the information to them. And there's all kinds of third-party tools, you guys, all over the internet. A third-party tool is basically a way to give somebody information a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficiently. That's just like not coming from you through a message. Please do not come at them with terms that they will not understand. So if you go to them and you're like, hey, I'm throwing this challenge group and I'd really love for you to join me and get a challenge pack, they're going to be like, I would literally tune out. And like, I don't even know what that means. Like what's happening. So remember to know that like, not everybody knows what those terms are. So think about ways that you can talk about your boot camps, or you can talk about your bundles and the things that you're offering in a way that they're going to understand what you're talking about. But don't ever think that. Like literally just think about, how would I invite somebody to a party? That's what you're going to invite them to. Like if you are having a dinner party and you want to maybe like highlight a little bit of what you're going to be serving and what it's going to be like, would you like to come? Just simple, and don't overthink it, and don't feel like you need them to say yes, because you don't, because hitting your goals are inevitable. Okay. Let me say that again. Do not go into the conversation needing them to say yes, because you don't need them to say yes, because your goals are inevitable, and you will do it till you do it. Like you will do the work till you make the goal happen. So you don't need to go into like, everybody just let that go. You no longer have to go into a conversation with the mindset that I need this person to sign up, because they will feel it. And I've read like invites that new coaches have shown me they're sending, and I'm like, I recognize that, and I get that as a new coach. You're like, but I do need them. I do. But look, you don't, girl. You will get to your goal. All right, I'm going to blow through these things really quick because I didn't realize it was 8:56. Know these questions. Know what you're inviting to, you're excited about. Be specific on how it'll help them, etc. Then you're going to tell a story on your social media. This is a great example that Maggie, I used this last week or last month. Tell a story about how your life has been impacted. 50 more invites. That's 150 invites total, 150 conversations total. If one of those conversations needs to start with connection and then go to an invite, but you get the point. This is something we will screenshot and put in the thread. Wrap it up. Guys, really quickly, I'm just going to let you know, Labor Day is this weekend. You don't need the team to throw you a pop-up shop sale for Labor Day. You are a business owner. You at any time can do things like, I'm doing a Labor Day sale. I'm giving out gift cards to, the first 5 clients that enroll with me this weekend, or I'm giving out this. Like, think of our decals for shaker cups. Like, have some fun with it. Businesses run sales all the time for all kinds of different things. So know that, like, incentivize in ways that feel good for you, that feel exciting for you, that might feel exciting for your people, that are a great way to follow back up with people and incentivize them to start. I went over this last month, and you guys kind of like already know what this means, but you can't be afraid of an objection. You just simply can't, because like I've already told you guys, it's inevitable that you're going to hit your goal. You shouldn't be afraid of anything, because you're going to be able to debunk whatever objection they have. You can beat them to it. You can share the value. Like, there's literally no reason anyone on this team should be afraid of being told no. If you're afraid of being told no, that's a personal problem that you have to be willing to work through. If you worry about rejection and you feel like that's like a personal attack on you, that's could be your missing link, that thing that you needed to evaluate. Go work on that. But you can't be afraid of objections when you go into a conversation. Here are a couple little tips for you on that. And I already kind of said this, that you don't need them, they need you. So from now on, go into your conversations with 0 expectation. And I swear it is the most freeing thing. How many of you can say, and even in every relationship, when you let go of expectations, you are living like just such a more freeing life, and you're going to have a way more thriving business. All right. We're going to have the push thread up on the team page. We're going to organize the pot. Does anybody have any questions? So sorry that was so long, but I hope that this was valuable for everyone and you guys have your takeaways. You know what to do. All right. So I'm going to post in the page, the transformation post, tell your story, the follow-ups, the list for your invites. And I'm seeing your faces, because I haven't shared, and I'm seeing some faces like, oh my God. And here's what's cool. Really quick, go into the team page, go through that thread. You are going to see so many women who have already done this. And I know they had way better months because they did these things. We're not asking you to do something crazy here. You're not on a Beachbody team that's asking you to go way above and beyond. You're on a team that's shooting it straight with you. This is the kind of work that it takes to build a business. And we're trying to help you do it so that you're feeling good in the business that you're building, and you're not struggling to hit goals, and you're not struggling to sign people up, and you're not struggling to keep people signed up, because you're having fun, because you're committed to the goal, you're disciplined in the action, and you know exactly what to do, and you're not questioning it. You have no expectations. You're not afraid of the objections. You're running this business like a business owner with total confidence, because every single one of you are totally capable of like going way above and beyond anything that you've achieved months prior. All right. Yeah, like Danielle said, actually, most of the people that did the push last month, did these invites, did these posts, were new coaches. It was epic. It was epic. So you can find the people. Trust me, you will find the people when you start looking, when you make that list and you have the names that you need to fill in. Any questions really quick, and then we'll jump off. Sorry, guys, this was long, but I hope it was valuable. All right, let's freaking do it. I'll put this up in the page. Do you guys want, I'm going to leave this up to you guys. Like, what do you guys want to do for the success, for the pot, for the push pot? Somebody take charge, post in the page, get that rolling, how much we want to throw in, and let's get that started. That's a team decision. I'm not going to just decide that. Let's throw that in the page and we can kind of talk about that in a thread. All right, bye guys. Love you.